When an innocent person loses their life because of the senseless actions of another, it is always unsettling. However, it can be even more shocking when the perpetrator was someone the victim trusted. Today's story is one of those shocking cases that starts out as a missing person case and ends in a tragedy no one involved ever saw coming. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy, and I typically discuss things that are strange, mysterious, and creepy. If that interests you, then please subscribe or follow me. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button, leave me a comment, or share this video with a friend. That really helps out a small channel like mine. Okay, with that being said, let's get into today's story. It started as a promise of a fresh start. Lea Porter, a vibrant and free-spirited young woman from Colorado, was at a crossroads in her life. At just 19 years old, Lea had already faced more than her fair share of challenges. After graduating from Green Mountain High School, she struggled to find her footing, dabbling in various jobs and dealing with personal hardships, including a growing dependency on drugs. But if you ask those who knew her, Lea was more than her struggles. She was warm, caring, and unflinchingly loyal to her friends and family. By June 2014, Lea was looking to leave her past behind. After a recent breakup with her boyfriend and roommate, she packed her things and left Westminster, Colorado. She intended to visit an old high school acquaintance, Christopher Waide, in Thornton, just 20 miles away. Waide had reconnected with Lea on social media a few months prior, and Lea saw him as a friendly face, someone who could offer support as she figured out her next steps. But this decision would mark the beginning of a horrifying chain of events that no one saw coming. On June 3, 2014, Lea Porter vanished. Her family quickly became alarmed when she failed to contact them, which was out of character. Her older brother, Max, grew especially concerned. He knew about Lea's troubled past, but he also knew she wouldn't simply disappear without a trace. Max immediately began investigating. He retraced her steps, contacted her friends, and even reached out to the person she was last known to have been with, Christopher Waide. Waide told Max that Lea had visited him but had left in a hurry after an argument. His story seemed plausible at first, but something about it didn't sit right with Max. Waide, then 23, had a reputation for being a bit of a loner. He was quiet, awkward, and introverted, with few close friends. He had attended the same high school as Lea, but their interactions had been minimal back then. Now he claimed he was simply trying to help her get back on her feet. But Max wasn't buying it. As the days passed, Max and Lea's family grew increasingly desperate. They reported her missing to the police, but the initial response was slow. Frustrated, Max decided to take matters into his own hands. He began questioning Waide relentlessly, probing for inconsistencies in his story. Waide's demeanor started to crack under the pressure. Meanwhile, law enforcement began to investigate Waide as a person of interest. They searched his apartment, where Lea had last been seen. What they found was chilling: traces of blood, bleach stains, and evidence that someone had tried to clean the area thoroughly. When questioned by police, Waide initially stuck to his story, claiming Lea had stormed out after their argument. But his calm demeanor began to unravel as investigators pressed him harder. It would end up being a tape-recorded meeting between Max, Lea's brother, Jesse, her ex-boyfriend, Lea's mother, and the last person to have seen Lea before she disappeared, Christopher Waide, that finally cracked the case open and led to the horrific truth. The following clip from ABC News contains the audio of Christopher confessing to the crime.
Me and the knife. Then I placed my hand at her throat. I didn't start squeezing until after she kept going. I told her,
how long
knife,
did you
please.
Squeeze her throat? Until what happened?
I thought that her muscles would relax when she went unconscious, and that I could gradually move the knife away and let her go and let her regain consciousness, but that didn't happen.
What are you thinking as this is going on?
I flipped out.
You think I'm just gonna let you walk away and drive away? You killed my sister.
That last sound you heard was Max pouncing on Waide.
And I made sure that Max got at least one good shot in on his face before I grabbed him and pulled him off.
When Max and Eric call 911, they make him repeat the story on tape for a second time.
Yes, I'd like to confess to a murder.
Okay, what happened?
The case is for the disappearance of Lea Porter.
It was an amazing scenario where a family member confronts a suspect and essentially gets a confession.
Sitting down with his lawyer and the cops, Waide tells them his story of a struggle,
I asked her to stop struggling.
a knife, and Lee's death.
I was the only witness, as well as the person that not murdered her, but was responsible for her death.
But what he did afterwards convinces police this was no accident.
I reclothed her, and I placed her on the bed, and then I took a duffel bag from my closet.
Waide forced the 98-pound Lee into the duffel, covered her with trash bags.
I took her out to the dumpster, and I put her inside it.
Christopher Waide admitted to killing Lea Porter. He claimed that they had an argument that escalated violently. According to Waide, he strangled Lea in his apartment and then panicked. Overcome with fear of being caught, he attempted to dispose of her body. Waide revealed that he had wrapped Lea's body in garbage bags and discarded it in a dumpster behind his apartment complex. He then tried to sanitize the scene, scrubbing every surface and removing any trace of evidence. However, this is where Waide's story became inconsistent. Despite confessing to the murder, he refused to disclose where Lea's remains were ultimately disposed of. Investigators believe Waide may have moved the body to another location, but his exact actions remain unclear. Lea's family, especially Max, played an instrumental role in ensuring Waide's arrest. Max worked tirelessly to keep pressure on Waide, refusing to let him evade responsibility. His determination was crucial in bringing attention to the case and pushing for answers. In the absence of Lea's body, the evidence against Waide was still damning. Investigators uncovered more inconsistencies in his alibi and physical evidence tying him to the crime. Waide was charged with first-degree murder. In 2015, Christopher Waide accepted a plea deal, pleading guilty to second-degree murder. He was sentenced to 48 years in prison, a sentence that many felt was too lenient given the horrific nature of the crime. To this day, Waide has never revealed the location of Lea Porter's body, leaving her family without the closure they so desperately need. Lea's case is a heartbreaking reminder of how trust can be misplaced and how a moment of vulnerability can lead to unthinkable tragedy. Her family continues to honor her memory, advocating for greater awareness of the dangers of toxic relationships and pushing for justice for victims like Lea. And as for Christopher Waide, his sentence may ensure he remains behind bars, but the unanswered questions about Lea's final moments and resting place will haunt those who loved her forever. Lea Porter wanted a fresh start, a chance to leave her struggles behind. Instead, her story serves as a somber warning that even the most familiar faces can hide the darkest intentions. And sometimes, the search for answers only leads to more questions. My heart breaks for Lea Porter and all those who knew and loved her. May they find comfort in at least knowing her killer is locked up where he belongs. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more chilling, true crime cases like this and more. Until next time, please stay safe, but as always, stay curious.